Everyone is not here to see me. They're here to see and honor Kay for her 40 plus years of selfless dedication to the Park District and the North Highlands community. She was instrumental in developing and getting a lot of the parks that we enjoy here in the North Highlands community. I came on board at the time that the district got Freedom Park, and I'm so grateful that Kay worked effortlessly to get that wonderful asset for the community. It's awesome, that's all I can say. And working hard, tirelessly when we also got Kay Park, the challenges we had in getting those properties. It wasn't for Kay and our dedicated staff that we had through the years and also currently, you know, I just don't know. I mean, people who don't know North Highlands, they really don't know how loving and caring and dedicated the people, the residents here, especially the long time residents, and that really speaks a lot for our community. I don't even know what else to say, so thank you all for coming. I mean, look at the crowd. Okay, it's an honor and pleasure to have the community center dedicated to you in your honor. And when Larry mentioned about doing this, I was totally on board. And I am so happy that my fellow board members were too. So thank you, Kay. Thank you, my fellow board members. This is totally awesome, and I don't know if I'm gonna go into tears too along with you, Kay. I mean, this is so awesome. At one of my prior positions, I worked for Sacramento County. We would have meetings with representatives from other counties, and they always thought it was really awesome that we had buildings, you know, named after people. And I'm so happy that we have a policy that our board passed that allows for that at this point in time. And I could never think of anyone more deserving of this honor than you, Kay. So, thank you. My fellow board members want to say a few words?
Hello everyone, my name's Alan. I've been on the board for, God, I don't know, 23, 4, at my age I lose track. I was never good with numbers. So before I get to Kay, I just want everyone to know, so if you walk over there, there's a little creek over there. We're gonna call that the Tom Dahill Creek. I'm trying to get something for you, Tom. It's the best I can do. Okay, I'm sorry. There'll be water running through. It's like tears, okay? So, when Kay was still here, Kay and I kind of had a deal, an understanding, and you remember what that was? Yeah, she didn't follow through. I did. I'm going to leave it at that. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. But it was always a pleasure working with Kay. During the economic downturn, a lot of special districts had lots of problems, but we were always very solvent and fiscally sound. And I leave that to Kay and staff at the time, and the board supported Kay as much as we possibly could. So thank you. Any other board member like to say anything? All right. Who's next? Larry, did you want to say anything? Oh, no, okay. All right, so I guess I'm on still. So are we on to the unveiling now? According to this, I think we're on the unveiling, right? Okay, board members, come on. Okay, would you like to come up and say anything? 15-page speech, oh my gosh.
I don't know what to say, this is just so... I said it's just so overwhelming. I just can't believe that it's happening. I don't know how to thank you all for such a great honor. I never dreamed in a million years that something like this would ever happen to me. I just worked here all those years because I loved every minute of it. I love the community, I love the people I work with. I couldn't have done what I did without all the great staff members that I had through the years and board members that I had so much support from and encouragement. So it meant so much to keep this district running. There was so much going on, as you all know. It's done a lot of growing in the last so many years. But I just want to say that it does represent 41 years of my life, which, you know, is a big part of my life. But it's so nice to be a person that loved her job. So many people get to this point and they think back on the years that they worked, and sometimes it's not really a good memory. For me, it's just wonderful memories. People, all the things that we did, all the things we accomplished. And the one thing about working here, it was never dull. There was always something happening, as all of you that work here know. So many things, good and bad, but through it all, I really enjoyed every single minute of it. I came here in 1970. There were 3 parks and 3 full-time employees. And of course, there was Campus Verde swimming pool. I still can't believe that that pool is gone. Could almost write a book on some of the stuff that went on there, the swim team. It was just a great facility. It really was. I'm sure the community misses it as well. I am so proud of the things that I was able to accomplish here, although I didn't expect it would be anything that great. I mean, I just felt like I was doing my job, and I couldn't have done that without all the wonderful employees through the years. I couldn't have done McClellan without Judy. I mean, she was so instrumental in annexing the base and just everything. The application, that was like a 2 or 3 year project. Without her, I don't know what I would have done. And without, of course, Terry. She is kind of the glue that holds this whole district together. She was there when I needed her the most, and so I really thank her and all the other members, you know, who helped me, all the staff people that spent so much time helping me. Thank you all. There were a lot of accomplishments, as I said, and I was glad to oversee and help to develop the parks and grow the district. And during that time, I grew myself because I came here as a secretary, and then I became the office manager. Somehow I flew. I became the district administrator. I never thought that would ever happen, just like I never thought this would happen tonight. So it was quite a ride, and it really was a growth for me as well. So it was really, again, thank you for that. And I just want to tell you that it makes me smile to think that when people will walk by this building, they will see my name. And a lot of them will know and remember me, and some of them will wonder who was Kay Dahill. And all I can say is that, well, they might not know who I am, but certainly if my name is up here on this building, they'll know I was here. and they'll know I must have done something. So, it's so nice at this time in my life to know that I will be remembered. And I thank you all for that. It's so very important, so thank you. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to Larry also. I know that he did a lot to get this whole thing going tonight, and especially to the board again. I thought I was just doing my job. I just thank you so much for all the kind words and all the support that you gave me through all those years. One last thing, and that is to say thank you to all my family and my friends who are all here that have made this so much more meaningful. I can't tell you what it means to have you here to share this real big honor with me. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you.
Center to serve as a reminder of the community of your legacy here. I'm so happy that we were able to do this and you're still with us live. So this shows, being involved with Parks and Recreation keeps you youthful for many years.
Not always.
Yeah, are there any family members?
Read the plaques on what he knows.
Okay.
You can take the mic in there. You trust me.
Oh gosh, come on, Kay. We're gonna, because this is the first time I saw this too.
Oh, you can't.
This is my first time seeing the sign. I mean, I was blown away. So the North Highlands Recreation Park District, the community center is dedicated in honor of K.F. Dahill, retired district administrator. Kay's determination, leadership, and vision helped guide the North Highlands Recreation Park District from September 1970 to June 2011. It's been too long. We could dedicated in 2019 by the North Highlands Recreation and Park District Board of Directors. Diane Richards, I'm the chairperson. Patrick Williams, vice chairperson. Zachary Smith, secretary. Alan Matre, member, and Pedro Marquez, the third, also another one of our board members. So, Kay, it's such an honor. It's such an honor to do this dedication. Is there anyone that wants to come up to the podium and say, oh my, Sergio. Oh, you're next, Sergio, maybe.
If anybody don't know me, I'm Sergio Portella. I started working here in 1974. Kay's an awesome lady. She's a blessing. She's done so much here. You know, I'm a witness. I'm just up here to say I'm a witness. I've seen this lady grow and blossom like a flower. She got rooted and grounded, like she said to all of us tonight. She couldn't do it by herself. She had the right team, the right workers, the right community to support her, the backbone of the board of directors. I mean, we went through storms and trials and tribulations in our lives. So we made it. Every year, the budget, the numbers, they all follow through. And Kay's awesome. She deserves this. You know, she's a blessing. And I remember Kay, when she first started, we had a building over there, right over there where her car is at. It was all trailer, mobile home, office, Mickey Mouse. And Mark here used to water the plants and the grass. He wanted to look like he was doing something. So he was working. He was one of the workers here. I was only about 50 years old when I started working here, 1975. And Kay was always working as a secretary, looking beautiful like always, long black hair like a fro. So she always had her makeup on, always had her lipstick on, so she's always had that lovely smile on her face and her heart. And that's what made the district, that heartbeat that she had, that backbone that she had. And she has a good husband that supports her and a family. So I just want to clap for you, Kay. I've been here 30 years. I've seen a lot, been through a lot. I remember when this building that went up in 1978. I was 18 years old, and these guys that laid these bricks, they were making $100 a day, and I said, man, I need that kind of job, you know? And so they built this in 78, and it's awesome. I'll cut it short now. Who's next? I love you, Kay. You've always been like a mother to me.
Thank you, Sergio. I'd like to introduce to you Larry Mazuka, the current district administrator.
Thank you. Congratulations. So well deserved, and I hope you like the sign. And when you guys get a chance, although Diane read the plaque, it'll be there on the wall forever. And we put it in a place so as people walk into the community center, it's staring right at them. I just want to take a moment and just let you know, I wanted to thank a few people who made this happen. Sergio and Steve, raise your hand. Where'd Steve go? Where is Steve in the back? Scott Graham. Am I missing anybody? It wasn't that long ago that this place was covered with old shrubs, and we pulled them all out. And then when we started looking at re-landscaping, we thought, you know what, a new sign right here with Kay's name on it was really nice. And so I want to thank the crew, because they've been working up till this afternoon getting everything ready, and I think it looks wonderful, and they did a fantastic job. But most important, I want to thank Kay for all the years of service. You know, Chuck followed Kay, and I followed Chuck, and I've been here now for 5 years, and I remember having Kay and Judy, where's Judy at, the back, on my interview panel, and I knew that $100 I slipped to them would come back and pay dividends. No, anyway, I just want to, on behalf of the district and the staff, I want to congratulate you, Kay, and also let you know that this will be something that everybody who comes here will see the sign. And we have one more little added touch we couldn't get to today, but there'll be backlighting wired in here, so at nighttime this will all be lit up. And anyway, I shouldn't talk too much. Anybody else would like to say anything? Oh, come on up. It's just a microphone, it won't bite you.
Hi, I'm Tina, and Kelly, Kay's daughter, and I met when I was 13 years old, so I can say I've known Kay for many, many years. And I just want to say, Kay, what strikes me the most, when I was 13, I had no clue about politics. I had no clue about women, women's rights, and, you know, a whole host of things. But I look at us as we stand here today, and I say, even for those that don't know you and don't know where you come, what you've done for this community and what you've done for us as a role model, you have done, you're the ultimate woman's liver. And you did it with grace, you did it with ethics, you did it with without being a bully or without having to be rough and hard. And we look around at us, a lot of women that are in politics have, you know, a really tough time. So I want to just really salute you and say, What an amazing woman you are, and I couldn't be more proud of you.
How's it going, everybody? For those of you that don't know me, I'm Jake. I'm Kay's grandson, the one and only her favorite. But we don't have to talk about it. I just, real quick want to say, growing up, I remember I would come here with my grandpa in the summertime when I would go down there for like weeks on end, and I would come in and I would go running through the halls and terrorize everybody, especially Terry, more or less, but it's okay. And I was always super concerned because Noni got off at 5. Well, it only takes 20 minutes to get home. I know how long it takes. And she was always late. I could never understand why. We always had dinner ready, dinner was on the table, and she was always late. And I never understood why. And it used to, not bug me, but it was like, why is she always late? I was just a little kid. I didn't know any better. And growing into the person that I've become, much to the help of Noni and Pop and the rest of my family, I spent a lot of time with them as a child, and seeing the kind of work ethic that this woman has, and the kind of dedication she has to things she's passionate about is truly unmatched to anything I could have ever been mentored by, really. And it means a lot that she's my grandma, and she's super passionate about every topic you could ever imagine. There's nothing she doesn't have an opinion on. It means the world to me that I got to get brought up with that kind of strength and those kind of morals in my life, and a huge part of it goes to her. And I just want to say thank you so much for helping me become the person I am. I love you.
I'm Judy Robinson, and I grew up here too. I was a little older than you, but the comments that have been made, Sergio's comments, what Jake just said. Kay, congratulations. I know we know how you feel about this, and at the same time, maybe you thought you were doing just a job, but you were mothering North Highlands. You were mothering this community. And that's why you were so effective. We had a family here. And yeah, okay, great. We got a great allowance, but we cared about outcomes, and we cared about the community, and things mattered. And someone made a comment earlier about, how beautiful the building was. Well, it was hysterical. All the utility workers in the northern part of Sacramento County would come here to use the bathrooms because Kate insisted they'd always be clean. And, and so it's not just that kind of attention to detail, but children and families were born amongst our staff. We had births, we had deaths, we had weddings, we had all types of different experiences, and you were here to embrace that and have it. This wasn't a workplace. These were our lives. I had the most fun of my life during the time that I worked here, and then I had to leave to get a real job. But truly, Kay, I love you. One of your greatest assets. It was so funny we would scheme, but it didn't take much. People in the community, especially when Kay was negotiating with McClellan, totally underestimated her. And that was to their detriment. And it was awesome because she played it through and she knew it. It was great. So, yes, being a woman's leader in the 70s and so on, absolutely. But thank you for being a mentor and a mom to all of us. And thank you too, Dad. I didn't grow up here, but the military, after my husband retired in San Francisco, this North Highlands area became our home. It was in the early 80s. And the very first person I met that started me on my road for this community was Kay. And she's everything that everybody said. She's a BFF. And we talked
We talked about everything. And everybody remembers a little place down the road called Cape Heart Housing. Very, very strong military bonding here. I became involved in sports. That was before I became a member of the board. And I would come to the board meetings, I would call Kay, I would call the staff, I called Judy. Sergio was even here then. And we need some work down in Cape Heart because we were rebuilding the fields there. And there was the old swimming pool and was the swimming pool? I can't remember. The swimming pool wasn't there, I don't think, was it? Mm-hmm. It was, yeah. And then Park and Rec. But the military family was so appreciative, even though they were on this. This was home, like everybody said. This is where our military kids grew up. If anything or anybody needed anything, they knew they could get it right here. It just wasn't about the Park and Rec. It was about the connection. It was about, if anybody needed anything, it was about the families who were at that particular time. For those who were having a little problem or needed an outlet to come to bring their kids, this was it. And these people took everybody in. They didn't discriminate. They didn't look at your income. They didn't look at your background. This was home. So she started me on she was my mentor also. And as we grew, as things started changing, everybody still looked at North Highlands Park and Rec. It will remain the home. And I can't think of a better person that we dedicate this to you today. And I want to thank the Park and Rec Board for taking action to do this. When Alan came to me several months back and told me I said, this is awesome. I love you. I love your family. Thank you, Tom, for your connection. And we love you so, so much.
So much of what people have said is so true about Kay. And before I start glorifying her, I want to acknowledge the board, Larry, and the staff for providing her with this great honor, which is well deserved. I met Kay about 10 years ago. I was battle shocked coming from the county. She took a leap of faith in putting me in charge of sports and swimming, which I had no experience in. She, like everyone said, she developed this sense of family. She was mother of everything. Outside of her family, and of course Tom, her biggest love was this community. She would put her all in to see it. She was ferocious in defending this community and what she felt it was entitled to. I've seen her in action with the county and dealing with McClellan officials and dealing with all these other things. And I think someone said before, they think of her as this sweet little old lady that you know, they could just roll over and, you know, pat her hand and pat her on the back and send her on her way. But I dealt with Kay in a number of occasions, and you could see when she got pissed off? When she got pissed off, she'd get this glazed. She was always a lady, but she would just hunker down and she'd deal with it head on. She's done so much for this community, from Cape Heart to Freedom Park to the buildings that are here. She's seen so much history. And I would say if anyone was the mother of North Highlands, it would be Kay Dahill.
I'm Teresa, and I think the first time I stood behind this podium, I was handing out participation awards to the swim team. So, and I think it's the same one, pretty sure. Oh yeah, that tape. Yeah, I remember that tape. So I was a swim coach for 5 years under Judy's direction, and then I was the supervisor for 5 years, and then Kay took a leap of faith again on me and put me in the superintendent position. I don't know if you guys remember, but the sign said superintendent. First time I drove in, I was like, oh, that's cool, I'm the superintendent. Sorry, Chuck. Anyway, I'm going to take a little different angle because everybody knows how great Kay is in terms of her business life. But I think the most valuable thing that I got from Kay is her friendship. And she and Tom brought me into their family. And we are still family. And I remember when I was on her team, one day I said, let's do something for lunch. Okay, well, we always ate lunch. Every day we ate lunch. She brought the same lean cuisine, or what was it? And her little chocolate milk. No, not milk, but soy milk or whatever it was. So your bones don't crack. So everybody, chocolate, soy milk, works. So one day I said, well, let's do something fun. Let's go out on the boat. She's like, what? So it took Marissa, and I'd like to take it just a second. Marissa, I don't know if anybody was going to talk about it, but anyway, I'm not going to talk about it. Anyway, so we all went out on the boat, and it was really a fun day. So from there, we had a lot more fun days as a team and as our team leader. But Kay, you're not my mom, you're my friend, and I love you always.
Not very good at this. I'm Kelly, and Kay's my mother. Tom is my father, and my grandson. Oh, you met my grandson? My grandson. Her grandson, my son. I can remember this park district. I think I was 9 when my mom started working here, and I used to come down all the time. I'm going to take a different spin because you've heard how wonderful she is. I was a little irritated with the park district because I have volunteered for years and years and years. Years. Did I say years? Years. And then, right before I was of age to be able to be hired, they passed a nepotism rule. So there went that.
Still in place.
Still in place. But this is a second home to me. I remember the little building, like Sergio was saying. It was cute. It was different. And a lot of people here remember everybody. And my mom has, over the years, been a great mentor and role model for me as well. She can do just about anything she puts her mind to. And she puts up with my father. My father puts up with her. It's a very nice setup. And I think you definitely deserve to be honored in this way with all of the work and all of the love and caring that you had for this community over the years. And I appreciate that you're my mom.
But I actually work for Sacramento County. I have for a real long time. So does Dahill, so does Judy. There's a bunch of us. But when I worked at the county and got closer and closer with the park district, you would mention Kay's name around the county. Everybody knew who Kay was. And everybody respected Kay. She was just that kind of lady. I mean, it was phenomenal. Just you mentioning her name and everyone said, oh yeah, Kay, she's good. So before we wrap this up, I just want to let everybody know, if you were unaware about this, in about 40 minutes or so, we're actually going to have a board meeting in here. We'd love to have everyone join us, because we usually have no one show up, and you know, it gets a little boring sometimes. Actually, this is probably one of our smallest agendas we've had in years, so we're probably going to be done in a real quick time. So as we wrap this up, we have some refreshments inside. I believe they're still here, right, Larry? Yeah. And we would like to have everyone join us and come join Kay and come read the plaque. Thank you all very much for coming. We appreciate it. And Kay, we all love you.